Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Look who's in the house with
Hey, hey,
me
hey.
in my house. Maybe one day. You
Maybe
can
one
come to
day.
my house. Yeah, why not?
Be
Got,
awesome.
I have lots of room. Welcome, everybody. Um, I didn't play my intro. After several months of playing my intro, it's been discovered that I am in some sort of violation of sorts. Anyways, it's a hassle to play it and then have to edit and quiet it and all of that. So until I create a new one, I didn't play my intro. So Susan and I were gonna sing something, but then, anyways, we got busy chatting.
Time got away and we didn't prepare the number.
Totally, we're still in rehearsal. But thank you all for being here. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to work with Susan. We're gonna do I feel like we have to have a little conversation about, and you know what I mean? I don't do a whole lot of politics, but I can't contain myself about the recent developments in the neighboring country. I'm from Canada, um, but I have so many friends and some family and colleagues scattered across the United States. And so I'm just in that energy of the release that took place. And so if we could just be with that and not try to go too much into the future and go back into that place where we're without hope. And I think that I actually heard that. I think I heard you say that about the energy of being in the hope, Susan. I think you said that on one of the recent things. And that's really the message that Spirit wants to remind us, that we have, regardless of what's taking place, we have that ability to be with hope. And so in that breath, in that release, it's a really good thing. And be in the celebration, be in it how you want to be, expressing those feelings that are happening. So yeah, Susan, Lynn, what do you have to add to that?
I love that. I love that. I feel like humans are unique in that we can have hope, right?
Yeah.
We can have faith. So I think it's beautiful. I think that's I think it's beautifully stated.
Mm, yeah, especially because it's been on hold for so long. You know, for some of us to really step into the energy of hope, it takes these big things to really go, okay, now be in it. It's like we allow ourselves to be in the permission of that, and we do have access to it all the time, is what Spirit keeps reminding us. And so it feels good. So celebrate. I saw you launch your confetti cannon.
I
Actually, I
can't
saw it twice.
believe I can't believe my camera is working after that. I literally blew it off the top of my computer and landed like across the room. So that was I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have done this when I'm supposed to be going live with Kevin.
Yeah,
But yeah, it worked out fine.
it
I
was
should
so good. I liked it because you just kept talking. So amongst the rubble, it's like you just kept going. It was so good.
good. Thank you.
Wonderful. And thanks everybody for being here. I see some of you have already put in some questions into the chat. That is wonderful. Please be specific in your request of the question that you're asking. With the mediumship, if you would like to put a name and relationship, it assists us in just making that connection a little bit quicker with you. And if you are going to ask a question, we would invite you to stay. We're going to be here for a good hour or so. So if you can stay for the duration. And then, of course, I always add this part about hearing the messages through other people's messages. I just know it happens to me. It happens to me when I'm reading for people, that some of the things that belong to other people belong to other people. So if it feels like it fits in those piggybacks and those tripplebacks and those, in I don't know, however many, I can't do quadrabacks, quintaback, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know, but you're doing math at the moment. That's not allowed on Saturday. No, it's Friday. Friday night. Not allowed.
So we don't even know what day it is. So the energy already.
I don't.
And hey, the power's staying on. Spirit told me that the power's going to stay on this time, because I think the last time on my, I don't know whose channel we were on, that was a ride.
It was a ride. Your power was like You were shorting out the power over there, man.
It was crazy. Anyways, so here we are. So I've got
Well,
lots
I'm
of
glad they
questions.
told you.
Right? Yeah. No interruptions today.
No interruptions.
Lots
Hope
of
you guys are doing well. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for joining us today. Really good to see everybody. We're just looking at the chat and pulling some of your questions. I think that Kevin said this, but I'm going to reiterate it. We probably won't be able to get to 164 or 200 or 300 questions today. We'll do our best to get to as many as we can. Thank you, Miss Mims. It's so, y'all are so awesome. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Really, really do. Really do. This is, and I know Kevin does too. This is an amazing community that we have. It's like, if you think about it, it's like the coolest little neighborhood on the internet, right? We have our own little community and it's the coolest one. I really think it is. So thanks for making it fun.
Thanks for mentioning that. All right, so I've started a bunch of them. We'll probably take turns. We don't really necessarily go in, well, actually we don't go in the order that they're received. So you can, we would just ask, you just need to put your question in once. And so without further ado, we will, we're gonna go this one. D. Macabre. I'm wondering if you see me moving from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick in 2023. Oh, that's interesting.
Look at that. He just opens up the command center.
Totally. My regular pendulum is not here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know where that went. I'm gonna warm this guy up.
I feel like there's a possibility of a yes. Now I'm saying that because I feel like you may change your mind, or there's something that could affect your move that's not external, it's internal. But I'm feeling a yes. What are you getting? Kevin could get something completely different, which is fine.
I heard a yes on my pendulum, and I don't know if it's just because I haven't worked with this pendulum for a bit, but it was undecided. A little I don't know if it's hesitation or wait, or if it's a combination of both. Yeah. I don't feel immediate in it.
Yep. That's what I got. That it's complicated. It's not a simple straight up yes or a straight up no. But the reason, if you don't go, the reason is important. It's a good reason. Okay.
I pulled 2 cards to clarify, and thank you, Scott Allen, for your donation. That was so kind of you.
Thank you, Scott Allen. Scott Allen.
I got acceptance, and I got the success card. So the outcome feels good, and that what I'm getting in is whether you you stay or you go, it feels like a good energy. So that's what I'm getting.
Yes, that's exactly what I got.
Yeah, which
so
is
try not to worry about it, because that's just going to be unnecessary wear and tear on your body and your nervous system. Try not to worry about it. Know that you're in good hands and you're being guided, and the right thing is going to happen.
I love that. Do you want to choose the next?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I will try to do that. Oh, well, let's go for, let's just go for the big guns here. Let's go. I don't know. I'm sure if you guys, we're on Kevin's channel, so you guys must know Stouffer. He's amazing. Hi, Stouffer. I've never met you, but you're amazing. And now we're on the spot. So let's see what we got for you here. How likely is a move out of California for me within the next 2 years? If so, what are the likely areas? You know what, Stouffer? I think you're in. They're showing me you're in the middle of. They're showing me a pendulum. So your pendulum is way over here, and it's almost like someone's holding it, and it's gonna just have this beautiful arc, and so. There's so many good things coming for you. It's not just a move. There's somebody is lifting you up. The energy is coming in through your solar plexus, and it's really coming in, like lifting you up from the inside. So what I'm excited about is it's just not a move. It's a big career. There's some big career opportunities is what I'm getting for you that are. So to be honest, what I'm getting is I don't see you moving to a permanent place. I feel like because this pendulum is swinging, there's an arc, right? So there's good things along the arc. And then when pendulums get to the other side, they don't stop. So it's going to come back. So I feel like you may move to a place that is the perfect place for your next stage. But then another opportunity comes and picks you up and moves you again. And this does not at all feel like stress. It doesn't feel at all like stress. It feels like you just know, oh my gosh, I got this great opportunity. Now I'm moving here. Generally, I see you moving east in an eastward, fashion. You may end up even as far as New York City at some point. You may end up briefly there on the East Coast, but your final place isn't yet. I don't know what it is just yet. What did you get?
I like the pendulum analogy because I got the trust and I got the worry, and then I got the echo of the trust. And so it's like I was drawn to the energy of where that feather falls, and it just feels worry-free wherever that lands. And I also got the indecision card. Interesting enough, within the 2 years, it's like you don't have to wait that long. I just feel like because I know a bit of your story and that it's not a individual decision, kind of those layers in there. They made me look outside my window, and I do see more energy of serenity and a little bit more removed than just in the heart of the city. I did get a hit on Portland. I wrote down Portland. And so, yeah, I don't think it has to take as long as 2 years. It does feel like that feels like kind of dragged out in the feeling and the energy of it. It does just feel quicker. And I feel like your decision in that partnership, because you're so powerful in what you're creating and co-creating, if you will, that can happen when you want it to happen. Yeah. So swing the pendulum the way you want. That's what I'm hearing.
And enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride.
Totally.
Because they've got you. You're on the right track. See, the pendulum swings in a track. So you're on the right track. Hopefully that makes sense, dear.
All righty. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
All right. Oh, this one caught my eye. Sandra Tibbetts. I have a new business. Will my wreaths and flower arrangements start selling? Well, congrats on the new business.
Yeah, congratulations.
Let's see. Well, my wreaths and let's see what we got.
I feel like, yes. I feel like you might actually be supplying some sort of store, some sort of gift shop, or some sort of, place that is going to carry some for you. But yeah, to me, it looks like you're going to be very busy. It looks like you're going to be busy and happily so.
These are good cards. I got the service card and I got the acceptance card. And interesting enough, this is the within 2 weeks. I actually saw like orders coming in. So I actually saw the accounting of it and it looks good. So it's like that book with all of those little, like those accounting books that people use with all the little boxes and this and that. And it was filling up. I heard adjustment. So if you are, and I got a bit of a tingle when Susan was talking about I don't know how you said it, like the storefront or on behalf of something else, it feels like a bit of the old school. So I don't know if it's just online or if there is a component of the old school kind of brick and mortar. It feels like the option of both of them feels really good. So maybe in the how it expands, you know, the more exposure, the better is what I'm getting around it. So it feels good. I'd love to see them. Send a
Aw.
picture. I wish YouTube would do that, where we could authorize people to send a picture, because I'd love to see these wreaths and flower arrangements. I'm sure they're beautiful.
I'm sure they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right. All right. Spirit guides and angels. So I'm going to go next, I think.
Perfect.
Um,
And hello to everybody joining. Nice to see you all.
Hey, everybody. Let's see. All right. We're going to go with Wiki. Wiki says, may I have a message from my guides regarding the work I've done on my communication with them? I just need a little validation. Yes. They're saying they send you validations, but you know what's it's not confusing, but I do want to make a distinction. You're also getting messages from crossed over loved ones, like you're getting signs, and you're not sure if those signs are from your spirit guides or from your crossed over loved ones. So they're telling me that you really have to trust. You know, I mean, I would just tell you, typically some signs are almost always crossed over loved ones, like songs on the radio, animals that act out of the ordinary, smelling perfume or smoke or something like that. All those things are almost always crossed over loved ones. But then when you see like numbers, repeating numbers, that's usually your spirit guides. Feathers can be either. Like if you find a feather even in your house or outside somewhere where you think that's odd, there's no reason for there to be a feather. But pennies, coins, those are usually crossed over loved ones. So what they want to tell you, Wiki, that I'm getting is trust. So you really, really, when we do this work, you just have to have faith. And if you'll write down the signs that you're getting and keep it in a journal, that's going to link. It's going to tell a story. And that's one way to know for sure that you're getting guidance, right? When it just happens one off and then you think, was it or wasn't it? But if you write that one off and then you look at the other 10 things you've written down, you can see they fit together. Then it becomes cohesive. What did you get there, dear?
I don't know. Like I do know, actually. I'm like, I don't know what I do actually know what I got. I feel like that's a part of the energy where it's around a bit of the indecision again, around the recognition. It's interesting that Susan then picked up on loved ones. I did feel the energy of mom. And sometimes it's like, because I'm tuning into the communication, and it's not to say that you're dismissing the signs, but it's like make yourself really big in the sense of the recognition and the validation that's happening. So you're not just taking like the first step, you're really taking bold steps forward. And the communication is, I mean, it's perfect. Help is on the way, meaning that it's like we always have that. So you haven't missed anything, and it doesn't feel like you've perhaps been in your own recognition of how I can't put it into words, just how wonderfully connected you are. And it's not to make the validation smaller than what it is, but it's not that you don't need it. Help me with the words. It's not that you don't need it, but it's not about like putting all the energy into, I need to get this validation. I don't know if that makes sense.
The faith. You got to have the faith and the trust.
Yes, and that's just it. And it's there for you. You're in that knowing. Yeah, thank you, Susan Lynn, for that. So keep diving deeper. It's like that invitation to keep diving deeper into it. There's more for you, and yet you're not missing anything. So Hopefully that didn't sound convoluted, but yeah, bravo to you. You're magnificent, Wiki. So that's what I'm getting. Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, Mom, for sure. Yeah, strong energy.
Aw.
Good. This one's caught my eye here, and I didn't even fully read it. The dog actually caught my eye. 25 years ago, there was a murder of Renee Sweeney in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. The trial concluded last week, and the suspect was found guilty. Curious, do they have the right guy? Oh, wow. Interesting. Are you comfortable with this, Susan Lynn?
I'll tell you what I'm getting. I don't think I don't. I can only tell you what I'm getting, right? What'd you get? What does that say? Failure? I got no. They got the wrong guy.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that guy, whoever they got, is innocent. Like, I think it's complicated, but he's not the right. All I can tell you, he's not the right guy. And I think it's interesting, Mary, when you guys ask these questions, it lends me to believe that you have the same intuitive hit because you asked it. Do they have the right guy? Right? Curious. When you're curious like that, it basically means you don't think they do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she thinks too. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's an interesting, I think it's a very layered, I feel like I just saw spirit. It's very layered.
You know what I would ask? Is the guy that did the crime alive?
Oh.
Maybe he is, but for some reason, I even wanted to ask that question.
Well, you know what? I just looked at the time and it was 22:22, and that's my number. And I just saw spirit over my left shoulder.
Yeah.
Wow. There's not, I heard there's more hands involved in this than just the one pair.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually don't do those kinds of things. Right. Like murders and negative things like that. So thanks for asking, Kevin. It's just, it's just me. I'd rather not. That some people can handle that energy. I don't particularly like it so much.
That's fair. I could feel that. Just letting you know, Kevin, I dreamed about my buddy Jimmy again. Wonderful. That's so good. I remember that reading, Wayne, and he's a very wonderful energy to connect with. So that's wonderful. Would you like to choose the next?
Oh, shoot. Is it my turn? I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm asleep at the wheel over here.
Oh, good. I can always go again. Let's see. Thank you guys for putting that in there for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, totally. Do you have one or you want me to grab it?
Go for it.
All right. Create Love says, any messages from my angels guides? I feel stuck.
Oh, goodness.
And that is the worst thing, right? Feeling stuck is like the worst thing. I'm just going to tell you, for everybody that's watching this, in my experience, when you're stuck, it's around fear. You have fear or uncertainty about the step you should take, but you're not comfortable doing it. So we don't do anything. And then because we're not doing anything, we feel stuck. So something that you can do, which really works, is just without even thinking about it. This is the key. You cannot think about it. Write down 5 things you're afraid of, or even 3. 1, 2, 3. What am I afraid of? Da, 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 da. Just doing that. And you don't even have to sit with that. Just write it down and it will percolate and start releasing. Okay. also, I would say that your guides are saying you're too close to the problem. So you may want to get out of your house. You may want to drive or walk, get away from your house energy, because we've been stuck in our house for a while during the pandemic, and our houses have a lot of stuck energy. Yeah. So when you're trying to see something new or figure out why you're stuck, sometimes it's very helpful to get outside of that stuck energy. What did you get, Kevin?
They are highlighting the fear aspect to it, and sometimes we can solidify that feeling of being stuck by where we're choosing to focus on. And so sometimes the stuck feeling comes from when we're fearful of the change that's, that call, that pull to be in a different direction. So I pulled some really wonderful cards. I got the expect the unexpected. I got the believe card. And then this one, and they'll expand on this one, which was the giving back. So sometimes in that, where we place our energy and our focus, if we go to that place of being in contribution and being in service, I know that lights us up. I know that lights you up. Create love, just by the name and the picture that you have. So sometimes we can kind of walk past that feeling of being stuck by being in that place of service and contribution. And that doesn't always mean material and money. It can sometimes just be time. It can be the thoughts. It can be the energy that we put out. And sometimes that really allows us to be vulnerable, and that's okay. So this, again, will be temporary. This stuck thing that we claim and that we create ownership around, they encourage us to release it. And I'm seeing spirit again. I don't know if anyone else is seeing that. So they're really supporting you in this moment. Anything else about the being stuck? Yeah, the power of the I am. So sometimes we have to pretend that we're not, and we powerfully language that I am no longer stuck. And so as you shift through this, that reality will change for you, is what they're saying. So it's a great question. It's a great question. All righty. Create love. That's interesting, because it was like one of the questions was the flower arrangements in the wreaths, and then look at that. I was like, I need a picture of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
there you
really
go.
beautiful.
And thank you for your donation, Kimmy J. That's so sweet of you.
That's so kind. Thank you, Kimmy J. So nice. Is it my turn?
I believe so.
All righty. Okay, let's move into, I've not seen this. I'm Linnea. I hope I've said that right. Linnea A. A message from my grandmother, Kirsty. Thank you for saying the name and the relation.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yes, that makes it so much easier. Kirsty, grandmother Kirsty. How are you, Kirsty? How you doing? Light. I don't know if this is Kirsty, but the woman that's coming forward for me has light colored eyes, or some other eyes other than brown. And she is she wants to talk about the light. Like, I don't know if you might have been the light of her life, but she wants to talk about light, like sparkle and light. Perhaps you saw her as a person who was light, had a light about her. I feel like she could be funny. I feel like she had a sense of humor that not everybody got to see, maybe, or she had a personality that was like different for some people. Like maybe she was outgoing, but really she was kind of introverted, or maybe she was outgoing when she was around family. But I feel like there's a change in her personality around different people. I feel like she's showing me that I don't know that you would know this, but I feel like she had some challenges in her life. sadness, some challenges earlier in her. That's why I'm not sure if you know about it, but I feel like it was a little bit earlier in her life. Maybe you've heard stories. But okay, so her message to you is keep going. Don't give up. She says you're thinking of either downsizing your plan or your dream, or you're tired and you're like, gosh, maybe this just isn't going to work, or maybe this wasn't such a good idea. She's like, no, 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 no. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Even if the plan is just in your head and you haven't even told anybody yet, regardless, she says, keep going always. She says, you have to live your life. You don't settle. Her advice, her message to you is don't settle. And she loves you. And even if this is around a relationship or around a job, I mean, it could be around a lot of different things. Do not settle. Be happy. Live your life. What do you get for her?
I love that. I love her energy is very vivacious, and she corrected me because it was like she's opinionated, but then it was like more about in her opinion, she gave people a real clear perspective. And so opinion, not in a way that's like domineering or anything like that. It really assisted people. It felt like one of her really strong qualities. I pulled, interesting enough, the overcoming obstacles. So I was in the awareness of some of the challenge, and she's paralleling that with you. I pulled a couple interesting cards. This one, the Feast of Plenty, which is choices and the consequences. But there's what she actually wanted me to focus on. This one was she turned this into a snow globe. And so as I saw this card, when I first turned it over, there was something about the snow globe. So in the memory of that, I'm not sure how you would connect. I heard the sea name being connected to either you or her. So that can be here or in the spirit world. The month of November, I don't remember writing smoke, but I wrote November and smoke. I thought it was another month, but I don't know what happened there. So I wrote smoke. And she made mention of someone's either expecting or just had the baby. It's like this new birth type of energy. And yeah, she comes in really supportive. So you don't have to go into the detail of how you would understand that, but just know that there's lots of support for you there. Feels good.
Beautiful. I hope that was helpful for you, dear.
What a pretty name, Linnea.
I know. I love that.
I've never heard that. All righty. Yes, Mims, that's so true. Our words are incredibly powerful. They sure are.
All right. Is it my turn, dear?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to pick this. This drew me twice now, but I might need more clarity about the question. My son, Andre, and clarity about his accident, what happened. If I need a little bit more clarity. Thank you, Janet, for that donation. I need a little bit more clarity about is Andre here? Is he in spirit? We can give you some clarity about the accident, I think. But it would be helpful if we had a little bit more information. So if you're here, do me a favor and just let me know that in the chat.
My head hurts.
Okay, he's in heaven. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry for your loss, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go with head. I could go with that.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I pulled it came up again, and I definitely was in the shuffle, but it's the failure card, and she's holding her head. There's something, I don't know if you'd understand the head connection.
And even if you guys, let's say we're getting head and the medical examiner says that it was something else, know that in the process of that the head was involved, whether it's involved in the medical records or not. We're picking up that he felt something in his head. I get the sense of slipping or falling or tripping or losing balance in some way. I don't think that it was intentional for him or for anybody else that was around him. But I do think that people feel guilty, or there's some guilt somewhere about, well, we should have been there, or we were there, or there's people that feel guilt. I'm just going to go straight to Andre. Andre is just saying,
oh, he was decapitated.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I mean, we're so sorry for your loss.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's interesting because I pulled another card. So just know that he's in the communication with you. I got the crown games. What the energy, and this is what the energy is around him. It's the closing door, and he just doesn't want you to be in the energy of all the questions. He just wants to put your mind at ease, and that is first and foremost. And I don't have the understanding of the loss of a child, but as a son with a mother, that's the energy that really comes through. And so your bond is for everlasting. And yes, in the tragedy of it, he doesn't want you to revisit that. And it's like, it almost is like whatever conclusion you come to, that doesn't actually make you, it's not going to necessarily make you feel better about it. It's just, and he just wants you to continue. So there's so much love from him for you, and you can see the outpouring of love for you from everybody here. It's a horrible loss, and I don't like to measure them as far as loss is loss, but I can't imagine the loss of a child. And so just know that he is wrapping you with the love, and your relationship, be with that. The relationship can still grow. Talk to him, allow the pain to be there when it needs to be there, and just know that there is so much love for you. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh.
She says that she wants to know his truth. I think that's what Kevin is speaking to, is that what I would say in regards to that, when I talk to Andre, is that his truth is that he loves you. Mm-hmm. He's always going to be your son. And that is not going to give you any. It feels like, I know when you're in grief, you start reaching for things to make sense, right? Like, I just need to make sense of this. And then once I make sense of it, the grief will go away, or I'll be able to put it in its right place. Mm-hmm. And that actually is not the case. It doesn't work like that. I've had a lot of loss in my life. I haven't lost a child, but I've lost everything else. And it just doesn't work like that. So Andre says, I love you, Mom. I didn't suffer. I'm at peace. I'm okay. I feel like he's with a grandmother or his great-grandmother, his grandmother. He's definitely with an older woman who has her hand on his shoulder. He's okay. He's at peace, right? His truth is that he loves you and he's at peace. Again, I feel like it's going to take a little time for you and him to work through the finer details, because I'm just going to tell you that he's not willing to talk about those finer details right now, for whatever reason. And I'm sorry that's just all I can say. But I feel he's asking you to understand that he loves you and he's always going to be your son, and that he's sorry. He's sorry he's gone. He knows that's a lot of pain and grief for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Susan. He's handing you white flowers too, a bouquet of white flowers. Interesting. I almost feel like they're in your kitchen. Bless you, ALDS.
I'm so sorry for your loss, dear. I
So
can't
much.
even imagine.
And create love. Thank you so much for your donation. That is so
Yes.
kind of you. My goodness. We're all in that love for you right now, of course. Let's go to, where are we? I did Linnea. All righty. Let's move into this one. I love that little emoji is so cute, or whatever we call that, the little profile pic. The bee's knees. Can I please get a message from my mom, 091715? Thank you. Message from mom.
I would just say I like to have the name just because when I'm talking to them, I don't like calling them mom because if somebody called my dad or pops, it just wouldn't go over very well. So for me, it's just a respect thing. If you guys can put their name in, I just like to be respectful. Okay, bees knee, because I don't even know your name either, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wiki, for that donation. Okay, bees knees mom.
Betty.
His mom.
Betty.
And
her name is Betty.
thank you, Betty.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Okay, Betty. Oh man. So Betty is here for sure. Also a male is here with Betty.
Sandra.
You know, I'm getting something in my stomach. She's making me feel something in my abdomen or my stomach. Something might have been a problem there at some point, or she's just making me feel discomfort there. Her messages. Did you do something around St. Patty's Day, or was St. Patty's Day an important day for your family, or did anybody just do something a little bit different, like wear green or pinch you or something about St. Patty's Day? I don't know why, or I think it's St. Patty's Day. It could be green, but I think it's St. Patty's Day. Also, she says she's walking in a garden, but I don't see like a lot of flowers. I don't know if it's a vegetable garden, but I feel like I'm walking through a garden. That doesn't mean that she's a gardener. It could mean she's walking through your garden, or perhaps at some point. Okay, brother and father's birthday are on St. Patty's Day. Okay, great. So she's bringing that. There you go. Okay, so you didn't celebrate St. Patty's Day, but maybe you had green cake. I don't know. And something about that garden, it kind of looks like a vegetable garden, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so obviously she was there. She's validating the birthdays on St. Patty's Day. She sends her love. She says she feels like you might be worried about something unnecessarily. Now she has a different viewpoint, right? Because she can kind of see a little bit more than we can. But she says, honey, there's nothing you can do about it. What you're worrying about there is out of your hands. So maybe try to just kind of let it be out of your hands, is her message. And of course, she loves you.
So
go ahead, Kevin.
I had wrote down the month of March being significant. I wanted to highlight back with the flowers that were just in that last question, and then bridging over to this one, there was a focus on the flowers. And interesting, she had bought the flowers. So I'm matching it up where spirit wants to take care of all of us. And so sometimes the messages will just blend into, I feel a very gentle energy with Betty, like really gentle in how she saw herself and how the world saw her. Just felt super gentle. I was aware of the S name in connection. The month of March, I already said something about the butterflies being significant. The butterflies, lots of butterflies around you, bee's knees. And then outdoors, I did pull the outdoors card. So in that kind of garden, that feel of being outside, perhaps you heard just in the memories of the outside. I just got really cold. She's a beautiful energy. And then the other part is asking. There's something that it's okay for you to be in the ask of needing help. So she's encouraging that. She's not letting, Susan Lynn was tapping into it. And it's like, I tried to get nosy and get the details, but it's like, just be okay to ask, to ask for assistance, to ask for help. That's her energy. She was so helpful. So if you would understand that, but such a beautiful energy. So yeah. I love that.
Agree.
So good.
Yes.
Thank you, Bee's Knees. And
Thank
Wiki,
you,
thank you so much. That's so kind of you. All righty.
Wait, was that yours? Okay, sorry. I'm falling down on the job over here.
Never.
Okay. Bonnie says, can you please tell me if my dreams show my past lives? If I'm astral traveling, when my dreams are over, I'm shaky and nauseous. See thousands of stars flying by me. Wow. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, except for the nauseous part.
Yeah.
You're going to need to go to bed with one of those things on your wrist for nausea.
Yeah.
You can ask your guides, you can ask for help with that nausea. You can say, hey, look, can you guys just help my physical body handle this better? So you ask if you're seeing past lives, and then you say, if I'm astral traveling. I do feel like you're astral traveling. I don't think that means you're going to visit your past lives. I think you're in another dimension that is not necessarily visiting. I mean, you can visit your past lives in your dreams, but when you talk about the stars and the nauseous and the shaky, that's you astral traveling. You're leaving your body and you're touring the universe, so to speak. Yes, the answer is yes, and ask them for help with the physical problems that you're experiencing. What do you get, Kevin?
Yeah. I got a yes too. It's interesting because I asked for a message, and what I heard is about needing a bit of direction. So I got the confusion, and that can lead to kind of like that feeling of being nauseous. I pulled the Spirit of the River card, which is movement towards adventure, and then I got the Will of the Wisp, which is the treasures hidden in the shadows. And so there is something about direction, they're saying. So perhaps that call to go inward. So it's really great. The other part of it is we're in control of that. So if something doesn't feel comfortable around it, clearing your energy in that release, grounding is really important. So yeah, just what they're focusing on, I feel like there is message in it for you specifically around the direction that you might in the physical, in the conscious life, if you will. There's something about direction. So, and it's don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Yeah. All righty. Great question.
Yeah, great question. Interesting questions.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And hi, JJ. Hi, Tuta Speaks. Nice to see you. All righty. I don't know whose turn it is.
It's your turn.
Is it my turn? Okay, perfect. Let's do this. Deborah Ellen, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. All right. And just to say, you guys, you don't have to pay. It doesn't mean that we will definitely be able to answer your question. It's not necessary to give donation. I mean, it's appreciated, but it's not necessary. So thank you. And Christine Parker, my husband Gordy passed in January. Does he have a message for me? So sorry for your recent loss.
I'm sorry too. Christine, would you understand a guitar or but I think he has a sense of humor. So when I talk to spirit that has a sense of humor, it's almost like it could be a joke about the guitar. But or air guitar, or there's something about a guitar, but it looks like an electric guitar, not an acoustic guitar. But again, he has a sense of humor. So I'm not sure what he means about that guitar. Christine Parker is not here. You saying this? How do you know that, Ness? Maybe you know Christine Parker? Okay, Christine, if you're here, let us know if you're here. Just we don't want to waste it's not a waste of a reading, but it's helpful if you're here. It helps our energy connect better. Okay, she's saying Christine is not here. Ness is saying that.
Okay.
Well, why don't you want to come back to Christine if she
Sure.
pops in?
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
Right.
Oh no, she's here. She's here. She's here.
In the house.
Sorry, Christine. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay. So let me get back to Gordy. We're sorry for your loss, dear. Okay. Also, I don't know, when I'm talking about this guitar, I'm seeing a specific kind of room. Maybe it's a decor. Maybe it's what is he's pointing at it, but I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to ask him to show me some other things. He had a sense of humor. Okay, that's fine, guys. It's all fine. It was just a YouTube glitch, no big deal. Okay, so yeah, what is it? Do you share a memory of him? Did he used to make fun of like? Do you guys remember that movie where the guy with the blonde hair with the long blonde? Anyway, he's showing me some movie. I don't know what he's talking about. Let me see what he's talking about here. Gordy, can you please talk about something that makes sense, please? Okay. He's like, yes. He's talking about scratching your back or rubbing your back. He says that he says he wasn't, this is his opinion. He says, maybe I wasn't like the best or the easiest person sometimes. But I tried, I loved you. I loved our life. I feel like he's bringing that to me with almost an apology about something. So I feel like he could deflect from things. You know what I mean? Like something would happen, but he would make a joke to try to get you to laugh about it, so you didn't get mad about whatever it was. But he sends us love, dear. He's telling me for you to take the trip. If you're thinking about a trip, he says, take it. He says that you might be being a little bit, what is that word? Responsible, a little bit overly responsible. Go ahead and take the trip. Go ahead and have the fun is what he's saying. What did you get there? Kevin, sorry, he wouldn't.
No, it's you know what, his energy does feel very like squirrel. He's taking me in ways that I don't. It's interesting. First of all, I have to say I keep seeing the number 5s around you, and I pulled 2 cards that both have 5, the 55 and the 5. He's saying it's not important, but maybe we'll go back to it.
See, he tells you that
it's like the 5. It's a 5. He shows me a feather, and I feel like his energy is hard to contain for me. So if I do something that's kind of odd, I mean, I know I'm an odd person, but a feather. So he's handing me a feather, and it's like over and over again, it's like a feather. And then he's like, look closer, and it's a peacock feather. So I don't know if you connect to the peacock, but it's a peacock feather. So in that, it's like, be brilliant. So if it's like a trip you want to take, go on a trip. If you want to buy a new scarf, buy a new scarf. If you want to start knitting, it's like, bring out the knitting needles and start knitting. It's just hard to contain his energy and how much excitement and joy that he has, but it's a good thing. He mentioned the 2 boys or the 2 brothers, maybe both of them. He showed me the motorbike at the very beginning. It was like, do you want to go for a ride? And I was like, no, I'm good. But it's a motorbike. And then it's the month of October and the month of January being important. He's like, just live life, be in the moment, feel the joy, whatever he liked to pick up feathers. Wonderful. Well, he handed me so many feathers. I was like, okay, I'm looking. So feel his energy as I know you do. It's wonderful. And sometimes what the brilliance is how, because he's saying they orchestrate this for us. So sometimes in the what can feel heavy with some of the energy, it's real life, and then there's other things that are just really uplifting and light. So they take care of all of us in this, and how we even come together, choose the questions. They're all in support for us. So I'm sweating. His energy is wonderful. But Gordy, thank you. Yeah,
Thanks, Gordy.
yeah, so good.
He seems like the kind of guy that I would end up like in trouble with. You know what I mean? Like good trouble. Like like we're going to go get ice for the party, and then we stop somewhere, and then we get back and we forgot the ice, but yet we got these feathers. I don't know. I don't know. He's funny.
So good. All right,
Yeah.
Christine Parker, thank you for sharing him with us.
Yeah. He loves you. He loves you, dear. He knows you're moving on, and he knows, and that's good. He says that's good.
Yeah, Tuta, exactly. He's so good.
Yeah, I love that. So good. That's sweet. Oh.
Yeah, wonderful.
Christine.
Okay. Oh, someone, and it is, that's interesting. We're just approaching 50, we're at 55 minutes. And as I'm saying this, 55 minutes, 55 seconds. So there's the 5, and someone said that it is 555 in where they're at. So there's something about the 5s there for you, Christine.
Change. 5s are change, are they not? Do you feel like that? Okay,
1,000%. Yeah, those were the 2 cards. It's the closing door, which is completion, and a bold step forward. So yeah, it's wonderful. Yes, that would be Gordy.
I'm telling you, I would get back to the party, like I would punch him on his arm. Gordy, like I had a friend, my best friend was like that. We would go do something and totally forget whatever it was we were supposed to do and come back with something unrelated and not helpful. So that's kind of what I was getting from him. Okay. My best friend is up in heaven too. So hopefully they don't find each other, because I don't know. There would be a lot of shenanigans going on. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Let's see what we're going to do next. Arwen the Gray.
Cool name.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see in my future for the next couple of years? Your guides are sort of chuckling. I got to be honest with you, Arwen. They're like, honey, you need to be thinking about the next 6 months. What are you talking about? Years. Yeah. I think you've got some changes. Here we go with that 555 and a lot of changes. Mm-hmm. I think you've got big changes coming up, Arwen. And I think that this time next year, you're going to be like, wow, I feel like I lived 2 years in 1 year. Right. And I don't find these to be bad changes, to be honest with you. Some of us don't like changes, but I think what I see for you, and tell me if you're this kind of person, but I see you as being on the roller coaster going, woo, with your arms up in the air and just enjoying the ride. I feel like there's really good things, but kind of fast moving changes coming for you that are really good, really supportive, potentially around work or career, also around people in your life. Like there's some new people coming into your life that are fresh and fun and different. And in that way, make your little world fresh, fun, and different. And I feel like you like that. What do you get, Kevin?
It's so perfect. My cards are, I'm just going to echo quickly what you said. And I just want to thank Ness. Thank you so much for joining the membership. I'm going to change the name membership because I feel like that's such the energy around the word membership. Anyways, I'm creatively trying to come up with something, but thank you nonetheless. It's interesting that you said the 5s again. So this card, I pulled it again, which is the 55, which is the bold step forward. So it's you stepping into this life, but in this moment. And it's like, you get to create. And it's like, you're so powerful in how you have been in the creation. They did pull the relationship harmony. So there's something around the relationships, and relationship can be in any kind of capacity. So there's lots of change that's going to unfold for you, if that's what you choose, is kind of what they're making me feel. And there was something at the very beginning. I'm not a crystal. I just see them and kind of know them. And I heard hematite for you. So supportive in this moment. I'm not sure of the qualities of hematite, but there's something supportive for you in this. So if you feel called, check that out. And you don't have to buy it. You can just bring it in through the energy of what that looks like and still call in that energy. There might be something there for you, they're saying. So good stuff.
Very cool.
I almost wanted to say Arwen the Great, but and that too.
Why not?
Why the heck not?
Okay, I don't know whose turn. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay, perfect.
I think so.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping me on track.
I'm barely doing it.
Guestiel. While meditating at night, I heard a female's voice say very clearly, "Greetings," and on a different night, a male voice saying, "Greetings," also. Who is trying to contact me? Oh.
Do you have a car warranty?
Which one?
We're trying to contact you for your car's warranty, extended warranty. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. They've been doing that with me with all of Norton anti-spyware.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't had that since 1997. Leave me alone, Norton. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. Okay, let me get a handle on myself over here. Okay.
Oh, that's curious.
So I want to point out something, that when you hear things, that's Claire. Help me out, Kevin.
Clairaudience.
Thank you, clairaudience. And so you can hear it outside, like you can hear your name called, walk around and look for the person and no one's there, or you can hear it inside and it can sound like your voice or it can sound like someone else's voice. So in your case, you heard a female and a male say greetings. Sometimes I find that your spirit guides do this to prove to you that you're clairaudient, right? Sometimes the whole point is that, hey, you can hear us. You know what I mean? Like, just to let you know that you have this ability. That is a psychic ability. That means you have psychic abilities, right? Now, if you already knew that, to me, it doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel like your spirit guides. It feels like your soul group or somebody else. And also it bears saying too, we don't have to just talk to everybody. Just because somebody's knocking at your door doesn't mean you need to open it and talk to those people, right? People sometimes think, oh, it's really cool, I want to talk to whoever. Well, it would be good to have some discernment. Okay. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying in general, we should have some discernment about these things. Do you get anything with that at all?
It's interesting that you said not spirit guides. I wrote down ascended masters. And so I felt into the vibration of that. And I mean, these cards really feel like they support it. I got the love and abundance. It's so powerful. I pulled the communicating freely. So that part about the communication, I feel like this actually speaks to it. It's a message in a bottle. So there is something there for you to explore. And I think the activation of that awareness around one of your clairs, I feel like it's being activated. So I would take the bold saying that this is going to continue to unfold. There's nothing there. They're not giving me any message. They want you to be in that experience is what I get from it. So keep listening. Yeah, keep listening. Wonderful.
It's a journey, right? It's a journey. So sometimes there's not an answer. The answer is you're on a journey and you will continue on this journey as long as you want to. Fantastic. Okay. Lovely M says, will I be moving in August?
Oh.
Will I be moving in August?
I have to read Pamela Bryant. She said, I really do think that an ascended master would use the words greetings rather than howdy. Absolutely, Pamela. That's it. Will you be moving? Lovely M, will I be moving in August? Will you be moving in August? April, May, June, July, August, September.
There's some things that it seems like the answer is yes, but there's a but there. Okay. So I can even get like August 15 through 18 or 20. I can even get the date, but there could be a delay. There's something about it's not set in stone yet. I don't know why.
Okay.
What are you getting there, dear?
There's something I don't know about August. I'm leaning towards, I got within 6 months. I do feel a move. I pulled the success card. My pendulum was, because I specifically asked, will you move in August? It's interesting. Susan Led said the 15th. I was staring at that card from the last one, which is interesting, but I don't know if it's August. I don't know.
Okay, so she says she's indecisive.
Okay.
So what that's why we're indecisive here. So what that probably means is you have more free will than you think. I would give yourself some time. Give yourself 30 days to just, and you know, guys, when you're indecisive about something, but you want to make a decision, sometimes the best thing to do is to force it from your mind. Because if your brain is thinking, your spirit guides are not involved in that process. If you force it from your mind and just literally think of anything else or get busy doing something else, then your spirit guides can drop you in the aha moments.
I love that. Yeah. All right. And that's they're pointing out that the part about options is really exciting. And sometimes we can the feelings around it isn't always the excitement. We sometimes can get overwhelmed or kind of like indecisive. The energy is good. You have the ability to move whenever you want to move. That's for certain. So you get to powerfully decide that. When spirit kind of makes like mediums and psychics kind of kind of wander in the energy of it, and we're going like, well, there's potential here. There was potential last month. There's potential in like 2.5 weeks. There's potential, like that's what we're tuning into. And so it just is the reminder of how powerful you are to be in that creation. So sometimes we just need to get really honest in the indecision and make the next best choice. That's all we ever do. So hope that helps, lovely M. I feel goofy tonight.
I do too. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the energy. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we do one more, Susan Lynn? And if you would like to choose the last one.
Oh no, I can't. The pressure. The pressure.
Okay, I'll spin the wheel. I'll do it. Okay. Let's see. I'm spinning on the wrong one. I'm spinning on the live chat. Okay, round and round and round we go. Pat Lee is where we stop. Any messages from my long deceased Grammy? She's a beautiful redhead. Can you tell us what Grammy's name is, please? If you're still here, Pat Lee. Pat Lee. Pat Lee. If you are still here, I feel like you are. She's like, just let me finish what I'm doing. I'm coming. Hi, Melissa. Nice to see you.
So good for you guys to hang out with us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
We love it. All right. Maybe I'm not seeing them. Are they here?
I don't see them yet. No.
Okay. Why don't we go?
Dorothy, Pat. Oh,
Are they
they're
here?
telling us Dorothy. Oh, thank you, Pat.
Oh,
Thank you, all the people repeating that. Thank you so much. Dorothy, beautiful name, Dorothy. How are you, dear? She says she's fine. Do you have her china, or is there something about plates or dishes, or I'm not even sure they're hers. It's like family. It's like she says it's family. Something from the family that's been passed down. It could be china or plates, but it could also be a piece of furniture. She's showing me china, so I don't know. Maybe you don't have it. Maybe a sibling does, or perhaps it's a memory that you have of her china. It could be that you have this memory of that china, but anyway, she won't stop pointing at it. Message is, follow your heart, be true to yourself. She just said follow your heart. Okay, you have plants and cuttings. Okay, Pat, I'm serious. Just ask around about this china. She's pointing at a table full all these place settings. Maybe that was something she liked to do. Maybe she liked to have family over or something. You have her 50-year-old plant. Okay, she did say that you had something of hers. That is a very old plant. 50 years. Wow.
Oh.
She does visit you. She does stop in. What does she say? She said, she likes your house. She says it's peaceful. I'm feeling like there's this plant has window light, like the primary, like it gets a lot of window light. She's just saying, trust yourself. You're making some decisions, or you will be. And she says, trust your intuition. You got this. Could be something about a relationship, a child, or a partner, a husband, a partner, something about or a grandchild, about somebody else. It's a relationship about somebody else. What did you got there, Kevin?
This is comical. I became aware of Gordy or Jordy. No, Jordy.
Yeah.
Again. And yes, I'm aware of Dot. I just heard Dot, like Dorothy, but Dot. And it's like they're coming in together. There's something about another G name person, but he's bringing me back and she's bringing me back to the part about the knitting and the peacock feather. So there's something in that because it was like duplicating, and then he changed it. And it's like they're both talking to me, and it's like now instead of the two brothers, it was the two sisters. Also the same months, the October and the January. I don't think this has ever happened before. I know it hasn't happened before. They highlighted, I don't know if the word angel was something that she called you or you refer to her as the angel, but they made me look at the clock and it was 111, and I heard angel numbers. So really powerful in that connection with grandma. And also, I heard power animal, but something about the animals with her relationship with the animals, something significant there. And then through the relationship, when Susan Lynn was going into the message part, I heard reconcile. So there's been this attention around the reconciliation that has happened or is going to happen, is what she's excited about. And I feel she's she's talking to like family members. This might have already happened as well, she's saying, and going to. So there's something about the reconciliation. So however you would take that, but what a lovely energy. So wonderful. So hopefully that makes sense to you.
Absolutely, Pat. Thank you so much, everybody.
That was a ride.
It was a little bit of a ride. We did a little bit of everything. Spirit guides, people in heaven, astral traveling.
Totally. Wonderful.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun, you guys. Thank you
Thanks
so
everybody
much.
for being here. And Susan Lynn, I don't think I mentioned this. If you would like to work with Susan Lynn, I've put her website that you can reach out to work with her. She has many different offerings as well as her channel. Of course, you're probably all subscribed and liked and commented and all that wonderful stuff. If not, please do that. Susan Lynn, do you offer a membership? I was curious.
I do. My membership's on Patreon, so it's not
Okay.
on YouTube. It's a separate site. But
Yeah.
yes, I do have a membership. Absolutely. Thank you for
Perfect.
asking.
I will add that, and if you'd like, I'll add it into the description box.
Okay,
They just
thanks.
prompted me to share that. So wonderful. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to all the beautiful energy and the readings. Thank you to Spirit for assisting us and sharing your loved ones with us. And thanks to all the moderators and everybody who gave donation. It's so kind of you. And we will do this again. Thanks everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Susan, then.
Thank
Bye
you,
for
dear.
now.
Bye, everybody.